This is Katchatheevu, a small island in Sri Lanka located in the Pak Strait between India and Sri Lanka. This island has remained uninhabited, no one lives there, and it doesn't have a single drop of drinking water. The only structure on this island is a Catholic church which pilgrims from both India and Sri Lanka visit at the end of March. But why is this small 285-acre land a topic of discussion in the news? What is going on? While I'll explain this to you, let me first take you back to history today, before the zamindari system was abolished. In the early medieval period, the island Katchatheevu was controlled by the Jaffna Kingdom of Sri Lanka. This control was then passed to the Raja of Ramnan Zamindari in the 17th century. Now, after the abolishment of the zamindari system, Katchatheevu became a part of the Madras presidency. Now, this particular land was often used by fishermen from both India and Sri Lanka for fishing activities, such as resting and drying of their fishing pond and their catch. But as time went on, ownership of the land became a major issue. In 1921, both India and Sri Lanka staked claim to the island to determine fishing boundaries. Now, this dispute remained unsettled until 1974. The then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi attempted to settle the maritime dispute, which resulted in both countries signing a settlement agreement. The settlement agreement was called Indo-Sri Lanka Maritime Agreement. Under this agreement, Indira Gandhi agreed to cede Katchatheevu to Sri Lanka, which gave administrative rights to Sri Lanka. But why did Indira Gandhi freely give this particular land to Sri Lanka? Apparently, she thought giving the island to Sri Lanka would deepen its ties with its southern neighbor. Another reason why the Indira Gandhi government ceded the island was because it thought Katchatheevu had little strategic value, so they didn't even consider ironing out the most important aspect, which is the issue of fishing rights, because as per the Indian agreement, fishermen were still allowed to access Katchatheevu, but Sri Lanka interpreted Indian fishermen's right of access to be limited to rest, drying nets, and visiting the Catholic Church. But control over this strategic piece of land would have expanded India's territorial waters today. It would have given Indian fishermen more area to fish in. While in India, this particular agreement sparked protest and criticism, particularly in Tamil Nadu, as fishermen from the region had traditionally relied on the waters surrounding Katchatheevu for their livelihoods. They argued that the transfer restricted their access to traditional fishing grounds and affected their livelihoods. As time went on, the controversy had resurfaced due to various incidents, including incidents of harassment, arrest of Indian fishermen by Sri Lankan authorities for allegedly trespassing into Sri Lankan waters near Katchatheevu, which led to renewed calls for political parties and activists in Tamil Nadu for India to reclaim its sovereignty over the land. Now, this is where the legal actions will be taken. The former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Jayalalitha, filed a petition in the Supreme Court. The petition she filed sought to declare the 1974 and 1976 Accords and Agreement as illegal and void. But why? The petition she filed argued that the agreement violated the Indian Constitution by ceding Indian territory without proper parliamentary approval. Some critics also argued that the agreement infringes on fishing rights of Indian fishermen. The case is still pending in the Supreme Court. But why is this island a hot topic after 50 years an agreement has been made? Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in a tweet, accused the Congress party of carelessly giving away the island, which is Katchatheevu. Apparently, new information in a document revealed that the then Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu and DMK patriarch M. Karunanidhi was taken into confidence by Indira Gandhi and had given his nod to the deal. The news report itself was based on replies received under a right to information query filed by BJP Tamil Nadu Chief K. Annamalai on the ceding of the island Katchatheevu to Sri Lanka by the government of India in 1974. This is all for today, and thank you so much for watching the video. For more such legal information like this, please subscribe to India Legal.